Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, students. Welcome to Sri Medha Institute of Competitions. My name is Gautam. I'm a faculty here for Indian Polity and Governance. Today, we'll have a very brief talk on how a fresher should attempt the Group 1 examination. What should be his modus operandi, how he should plan his preparation, what are the concerns, what are the myths that surround this examination, and how we should approach this exam. What should be our strategy? How do we adopt a smart work to crack this examination? That should be the focus of today's lecture. And very briefly, before getting into how or what strategy you should adopt to tackle this examination, we'll first try and dispel certain myths that surround this exam. Firstly, a good number of students tend to feel that first we shall clear the preliminary and then we should attempt the mains exam. Well, is that the right strategy? Absolutely not. This is one myth, that first a candidate should try and attempt the preliminary and then he should do his preparation for the mains. That's a very big myth, because you cannot compartmentalize knowledge into preliminary and mains. A serious candidate who wants to tackle and clear the Group 1 examination should try to integrate his preparation for preliminary as well as for the mains. Because as a part of your preliminary preparation, you'll get to know the fundamentals and basics of a subject. And as a part of your mains preparation, you'll only be building on whatever you have learned as a part of your preliminary preparation. For example, looking at Indian polity, as a part of your preliminary preparation, you might understand what exactly is a parliamentary form of government. You may understand what are the various articles that are associated with this type of government that we have instituted in India. And then, as a part of your mains preparation, you will understand the working of parliamentary system in India, the lacunae in the working of Indian parliamentary system, and reforms to better it. Similarly, as a part of your preliminary preparation, you might be given knowledge or information about what exactly is an artificial satellite, what are the principles surrounding this technology. And as a part of your mains preparation, you will understand the application of satellite technology for defense or for meteorological purposes or for land mapping, trying to understand the technology from its application part. Therefore, preliminary and mains are interwoven. You should integrate your preparation for preliminary and mains. You cannot compartmentalize this. This is the first thing that every candidate should try, and both the stages of the examination. This is one mistake that a lot of students tend to do. First, we'll concentrate on preliminary. We'll try to gather as much as information for preliminary, and then we'll try and attempt the mains examination. That should not be the approach. The approach should be an integrated approach. You should try to integrate your preparation for preliminary as well as your preparation for the mains. Therefore, one good advice for any fresher who is attempting the Group 1 examination would be to try and enroll in an institution which provides you with preliminary cum mains coaching. Okay, so that you'll be able to understand knowledge from its basic principles and fundamentals as well as its application. So you can, target both the preliminary as well as the mains examination at the same time. So this is one aspect of things that candidates should keep in mind. Secondly, there is another myth, and we keep hearing this quite a lot of times from some of the senior students particularly. And that is, the third important myth that surrounds the preparation for Group 1 examination is that it is best for any student to approach the examination in a question and answer format. That's actually not a bad idea, but the point is you should first have knowledge on that particular subject. And only after that, you can approach it in the form of a question and answer format. So firstly, every candidate should try and ensure that he is able to get knowledge about that subject. So without that, if you're trying to adopt a question answer format, then obviously you are treading on very thin ice and you might land up in some trouble. Okay, so before you embark on a question and answer format, ensure that you learn the subject properly. Okay, understand the various concepts, understand the various intricacies, get to know about some fundamentals of the subject, keep in mind and memorize those important facts which you require to remember and record in your mind, and then you can boil down to question answer format. So straight away, trying to approach the group 1 examination from a question answer format also is wrong. That's not the way you're supposed to do. Okay, so the third important thing that I was stressing about is the importance of first gathering sufficient information and knowledge about a particular subject before you embark on a question answer format. Next, the fourth important myth about this examination is that this examination is strongly biased towards art students and does not favor the science students. And that's also a myth, because the group 1 format is an equalizer. It seeks to provide equal opportunities for both the science as well as the art students. Okay, so these are a few myths that I wanted to dispel and I wanted to try and help you figure out. And now, after having discussed all these things, let us boil down to some of the important tips that every candidate who is a fresher requires to adopt before embarking on this examination. Firstly, please remember that you cannot compartmentalize your preparation into preliminary and mains. You got to combine your preparation, and you should learn the basics in your preliminary part of preparation, and then you should build on this to understand the application part in your mains part of preparation. Therefore, please don't try to separate, but try to compartmentalize, don't combine your preparation for preliminary and your mains. Secondly, please ensure that your preparation is balanced and you have given equal focus on all the papers of the group 1 examination, and that your preparation is not lopsided. The important aspect here is that a candidate requires to do reasonably well in all the papers, which would ensure him a selection in the group 1 services. Thirdly, don't try to proceed in a question and answer format. First, gather knowledge, understand the concepts, and properly appreciate and memorize all those facts which are critical and basic to the understanding of a particular subject. And only then you can embark on a question and answer format. So straight away, going for a question and answer format can put you in a wrong footing and can affect adversely your entire preparation for group 1 exam. Fourthly, work that you put in for your group 1 preparation should be smart work rather than hard work. Obviously, hard work is required, but more importantly, the work should be smart. Okay, we are in an age of information, and we have huge amount of information around us. So getting to know what you are supposed to read and what you are supposed to assimilate and what you are supposed to ignore is also a very important aspect of your preparation. A lot of students tend to read indiscriminately with an attitude of trying to perfect or trying to acquire complete knowledge about a particular aspect. In that process, probably a candidate may end up reading a lot of information and a lot of literature which might be irrelevant for this examination. Therefore, smart work, wise work is always recommended for this type of an examination. Next, what is the importance of coaching? Now, please remember, my dear friends, that for an examination at this level, any kind of help, whatever little it comes through, is always beneficial. Okay, not suggesting that you cannot do your preparation by yourself. We can actually sit at home, get to know those basics, do a self-study, do a self-appreciation, and try and attempt the examination. That is very much possible. However, the point is, it might take a lot of time for us. It might sometimes lead us to consulting wrong literature. It might lead us to put in so many extra hours of work while your competitor who has attended a coaching class is being fed clearly all the relevant information. He's being taught all those concepts, and he's therefore effortlessly able to proceed with his preparation. While you, on the other hand, engaging in self-study, might have to do it in a very laborious, in a long drawn and protracted process. Okay. As I told you, for an examination of this scale and at the present level of competition, whatever the advantage that you can get, whatever the assistance that you can seek in the manner of coaching can always be of a very great help. So try, if you can, to attend coaching so that you don't miss out on basics and fundamentals of a subject. It can happen sometimes that even after studying 2 or 3 times a particular passage, we might still end up not able to gather the right information about that. We might still miss out on understanding the concept behind that literature. Okay, to avoid that, you can be under the guidance of an expert who can aid you, can help you out in trying to, get to know the basics. You can help in you attempting answers. You can evaluate your scripts. You can give you suggestions on improvements. You can update you. All this can be an added advantage. So think about coaching. But here, let me caution you, selecting the right institution is very important. Okay. I mean, if you're selecting an institution just based on your information that you've gathered from social media without actually checking out the classes, probably might adversely impact your preparation. Therefore, my suggestion is, my dear friends, that you attend classes for at least 3 papers or 4 papers in the mains. Look at the faculty. See if you think that they're capable of delivering the needs of your examination. And then, of course, you can select a good institution and you can join up. Okay. So coaching, I would say, may not be the determining factor, but it can help ease out your labor. It can help plan your preparation. Okay. So in this manner, coaching can be of a great help. So think about it, right? Next, what about preparation? How you should go about it? How many hours you should put in? And what kind of notes you should prepare? On this aspect, let me tell you that preparation is always personalized. Okay, everybody has his own style of preparation. Somebody are capable of sitting for long hours. Somebody else is capable of putting in quality, less hours, but who can read at a very, very quick pace. Okay, so everybody has his own style of reading, his own aptitude, his own level of understanding and exposure to information. Therefore, every person should devise his own style of preparation. So personalized style of preparation is important. At the same time, also please remember that preparation of notes also is a very personal thing. Okay, there are some students who tend to just study or read some material which is available in the market and go and reproduce it in the examination, which of course is very easy to do. But what kind of marks will you end up with? If you can get that material, if you can update that information by some browsing, if you can look at some textbook and enrich that information and value add to your answer, that would lead you to selection. So a little more work, apart from the kind of information that you have gathered through the material available in the market, a little more work from your side. So notes should also be a personalized affair. So apart from preparation, notes also should be a personalized affair. Okay. And finally, of course, for all those freshers who are planning to take up the group 1 examination, please remember that this examination requires you to be contemporary. It requires you to be contemporary. You're required to be updated. Regular newspaper reading or regular updation of current events of importance from various websites is what you have to do. Okay. So keep yourself abreast of events, be contemporaneous, be updated, okay, and consult the right books, plan your preparation, integrate your preliminary and mains part of work, select the right coaching institute, get the information, get the knowledge on the subject, and then practice writing answers. This, my dear friends, would definitely help you get through group 1 examination. Please remember, only perspiration can get you the result. My best wishes to you all. Have a good day.